Hello my fellow video gaming minions, Dr. Virtual here. I'm here now, so please enjoy to make retro gaming live on. Well, should TV sitcoms or slash TV series have their own video game? It's been on my mind for at least a few months, this question. You know, as I reflect on all the sitcoms I loved and grew up with, you know, in the 90s, which were ages before my time, like Steptoe and Son, On the Buses, Porridge, Fawlty Towers, the Carry On films and the series. They're quite funny. Open All Hours. I said Fawlty Towers, didn't I? I haven't seen Red Dwarf much, but Only Fools and Horses. I love that. You know, when I think about all these amazing British sitcoms, I'm always thinking I would love for them to have their own video game. You know, I can't see that happening on modern consoles because, you know, everything's just moving forward. Forget the past. You know, I'm getting that sort of feeling with the modern gaming industry. Forget everything that was behind us. Keep moving forward. So I wouldn't actually mind making my own video game itself based on these British sitcoms. You know, I wouldn't mind establishing my own company where I can be like, you know, I'd create video games like that. You know, I would actually, you know, create a video game that's sort of similar to Steptoe and Son. You know, the life of a rag and bowman back in the 1960s. You know, I've watched all the episodes, all their movies, you know. The same goes with Only Fools and Horses. I love Only Fools and Horses. You know, the continuity with Only Fools and Horses is outstanding. On the Buses, you know, Blakey, he is my most favourite character on that sitcom. I'm pretty sure many of my British or UK viewers and subscribers and YouTubers actually who are older than me know exactly where I'm coming from because they were young themselves when these were probably being unreleased, actually. And I wouldn't mind hearing from your personal perspective of what you thought about these British sitcoms. South Park, for example, well, that's American, but it doesn't matter. British sitcoms, American sitcoms, it doesn't matter, or CV series or whatever. You know, South Park, that's had its own video games, hasn't it? It's had South Park Racer, South Park 64, which I've got, Chef Love Shack, which I had on PC. You know, that's like a TV series, and that's still ever going on now, just despite its, you know, what it's got in it. But you know, that's one example. I don't know if Red Dwarf has actually got its own video game. I don't know if Doctor Who's got its own video game. That's been going on for years, Doctor Who. You know, I know Star Trek has had its few video games. That's an alright TV series. I've not exactly been up to date with good old Star Trek, but I prefer Star Wars. I think Star Wars should have made their own TV series. What are they doing? What are they doing? So much unexplained things, and there's so much to explore in Star Wars, and yet they're sticking with Star Trek. Star Trek's got a lot of it, going on for years, and yet Star Wars only had movies and little CGI. I'm not even going to get into it. Anyway, how I feel about, you know, British sitcoms or TV sitcoms and series having their own video game. I really like it because, you know, Prison Break, that's had its own video game. It was based off the first series, and I really enjoyed Prison Break. I've got seasons 1 to 4, and I loved every single episode. You know, I wouldn't mind if Criminal Minds had their own video game. I really like Criminal Minds. Awesome, absolutely outstanding. Yeah, I love Derek Morgan. I love Jason Gideon, Dr. Spencer Reid. My top 3 characters in that. I really do like them. You know, Derek Morgan's just primarily awesome. Jason Gideon is just the best. Well, Reed, well, he's Reed. He's awesome himself as well. So when I think about what TV series would actually have their own good video game, you know, if it's just one or a couple, it'll be good. I think Sabrina, the Teenage Witch, had her own video game. Was it on PS1? I think, if I remember correctly, so to speak. Yeah, it'll be really interesting to see how, you know, for us British gamers, you know, if we had a game that was just released here in Britain based on the British TV series sitcoms like, you know, On the Buses, Steptoe and Son, Only Fools and Horses, the Carry On films, Porridge, etc., etc. I'm pretty sure many of us would actually think nostalgic big time. I'm looking on our old cassettes and our old black and white TV screens, probably colour if, you know, you had the money, and think like, yes, I remember this when I was little. Now, I was born in the 90s. These sitcoms were long before I was born, but I still love them. They were the best, and they are the best, to be honest. I love their humour. I love their characters. I just love their general sense of humour and how it was portrayed back in the good old days. So yeah, I really do love the fact that, you know, I like thinking if I were to make a video game company, a video game myself, I would actually make some of these British sitcoms into a video game. You know, just like the video game developers of the past, they took risks with certain games when they were creating them. Absolutely. I don't have to go into all that just now, but so how do you feel? You know, just not something that's going to happen, but it's just something that's like a little passing thought. You know, do you reckon at least TV series should have a video game? I mean, we've got a few TV series that do have their own video game. What about Big Bang Theory? Do you reckon that should be a video game at least to try? You know, yeah, at least to try it out. You know, experiment. What's wrong with experimenting these things? It's just going on a generic trash these days on modern gaming. So, I personally feel that it's a fantastic idea, to be honest with you. With the amount of TV series that, you know, based on comedy, it would be great to have a video game based on comedy primarily, and you can actually play as these characters that you really enjoy and like from the actual TV series itself on TV. You know, from TV portrayed into a video game. Like from if Only Fools and Horses was made into a video game, I'd probably be Trigger or Del Boy the most. If Only Fools and Horses, sorry, not Only Fools and Horses, if On the Buses was, I'd probably be Blakey. If Steptoe Son was, I'd probably be Harold. Yeah, probably be Harold. If Criminal Minds was into a video game, I'd probably be Derek Morgan. You know, there's so much you can actually look forward to just by thinking of this. You know, so I think it'll be really amazing if, you know, just to try or experiment to see how it would actually be portrayed into a video game. You know, Buffy, I think, yeah, Buffy the Vampire Slayer, she had her own video game PS1, as I said before, I think. But at least, you know, South Park have had theirs. They've had a few games, for crying out loud, and they're still ongoing. So I think it's, you know, this is just one of those thoughts which I thought of would be interesting. Whether it's a British sitcom or an American sitcom or whatever country you're from, I'm pretty sure you have your own favourite sitcoms or TV series. And have you ever thought, what would this be like in a video game? Or how would you make it into a video game as well? So, let me know what you think in the comments section or in a video response. I don't mind. I love video responses, but I love your comments all the same, my fellow video gaming minions. I'm Dr. Virtual. I'm here now, so please enjoy it. And as usual, may retro gaming live on.